Hi. The advocate claims that we should raise the smoking age to 21, as if it will reduce the amount of smokers that are under the age of 18. For my first significance claim in response to it, I'd like to state that smoking has been in decline for the past several years, and has been at a very constant rate. The CDC, the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, has reported that in the year 2000, 23% of the population smoked. But in 2013, that number was down to 17.8%, which is a 5% or 5.5% decrease. And this has been at a constant rate since the past 40 years. And in 1964, it was at numbers as high as 43% for the amount of people that smoke. So smoking has been in a rapid decline amongst the general population amongst the U.S. Furthermore, the advocate claims mostly to focus on the amount of adolescent or youth smokers. Well, the thing about that is, the amount of teenagers and people under the age of 18 that smoke is 8%, which is down from the very high 28% that was reported in 1997. So over the past 20 years, there's been over a 1% constant rate of decline within teen smokers. And this is predicted to continue. So the amount of youth smokers may continue and possibly get down to even 1 or even 0% within the next 3 or 4 years, just based on that rate. Also, the amount of smokers that are currently around today is in decline because as the general population of smokers decreases, there's more people that want to quit. In a study at the University of San Francisco conducted by Dr. Koken and Dr. Santorin, both professors of the Center of Tobacco Control Research and Education, reported that with every 1% of decline in the smoking population comes 0.6% increase in the amount of people that are trying to quit. So why is this? Well, it is mainly credited to smoking has been a trend for the past few years, or not few years, past 40 years or so, and it is just in decline. It's becoming something that is less popular as more information has come to realize that it is no longer healthy, it is no longer beneficial to people, and it's not really cool as it used to be. Now, for the inherency claims. Now, raising the age of tobacco to 21 is good. It might help, but will it help enough? I don't think so. What current policies do we have that keep and dissuade youth from smoking? Well, there are plenty of educational systems that have been implemented, such as the DARE program. DARE is the Drug Abuse Resistance Education, and it is an educational program that is implemented at a low level when kids are in 5th or 6th grade, talking 12, 13 years old. And this program is designed to teach kids about all the dangers of tobacco as well as other drugs, and to make sure they are educated enough to realize that this is not what you should do if you want to stay healthy. Now, when you're 18 and you've gone through all these things, you are an adult, and then you have the ability to choose whether or not you can smoke. It shouldn't be forced upon you through a law that simply raises the age or keeps it from you. And also, to prove this, kids that go through the DARE program have been proven to be 5 times less likely to smoke. And this was taken from the DARE statistics and reported from the Huffington Post last year. And media has also played a very big role in dissuading youth. You see it on TV all the time. You have the anti-smoking commercials, such as the very big symbol of there's the old man that smoked, and now he has a hole in his neck and he has to speak through the microphone thing. I don't know what it's called, unfortunately. But it's just a very strong symbol that this will destroy your life. And that has just been very effective in keeping people from smoking. Also, you have the truth.com, which is currently the main big smoking, anti-smoking ad campaign, where you see the commercials all the time. where they make it their mission to get the amount of teen smokers, and not just cigarette smokers, but all tobacco products. They don't like vaping either or any other alternative. They want to eliminate tobacco use entirely across the country, and it is their mission to get that number down to 0, and they are going to continue to do that until it is complete. Now, as we move forward, there are also many anti-smoking laws and taxes that have been implemented over the past years. And in 28 states, the Clean Air Act has been put into order. Now, the Clean Air Act is the thing that restricts smoking in all public places, which means smoking is no longer an activity you are allowed to do in many areas. Things like parks, it's banned. Things like bars, public restaurants, you can't do that anymore. You used to be able to, but they got rid of it. And because of that, smoking has declined significantly. Also, the FDA has an entire department dedicated to regulating tobacco. Not many other products have this. The FDA has identified that tobacco is a dangerous product that people should not use. And they have made sure that there's plenty of things implemented to ensure that people can have less access to it. Now, moving on to the anti-smoking taxes. Now, there is a federal tax that is placed on tobacco, mainly cigarette sales, that is placed across the country because it's federal level. But on top of that, there's also independent state taxes that vary from state to state. These taxes can vary from, this statistic taken from the state cigarette excess tax rating and ranking system has stated that the amount of money taxed per pack can range from 30% or 30 cents per pack, which is in Virginia, to $4.35 per pack, which is in New York. On another note, California ranks 35th on this ranking list with a 80 cents tax rate per pack cigarette. And these taxes are placed on top of regular sales tax. So not only when you go buy a pack of cigarettes, you pay a sales tax, you pay a state tax, you pay a federal tax, which makes it just extremely more expensive to buy cigarettes, and it just dissuades people, and mostly in youth. A lot of young people tend not to have a lot of money, and they can't usually afford cigarettes, so it helps there. Now for the solvency claim.
You're out of time, so we're going to have to stop you here.
Okay. Well, my partner will get that.